I think I always wanted to be somewhere in the mental health field, somewhere I could possibly make a difference. I had a nephew that had autism, and one day it just kind of clicked to me that, that's what I wanted to do. Like, he really was just such a smart kid, and it frustrated me a little bit because it seemed like nobody knew how to respond to some of the things that he was doing. Everybody always says that I want to find something that has purpose, and I think that that's such a wonderful calling. Not everybody gets to do this, and I think that there's a lot of value in that, and so I think he's part of the reason, or most of the reason, that I got into the field of behavior analysis. A lot of people tend to find conversations with other people boring, and they describe someone as not interesting or vanilla or whatever you want to call it. But if you really listen to someone, if you really take the time to understand what they're saying, people are fascinating. Like, there's always something that you can gain from that, and more so, there's always something that you can give as well. So I think the biggest thing for me is just the affirmation of seeing the families having success with the kiddos, because at the end of the day, we spend a couple hours with these kids, and most of the time we see a lot of good things, and some of the times we see challenging behaviors and big feelings. But when it generalizes to the family and they're able to see that, I think that is huge for me. And knowing that, maybe the extra 20 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour that I put into something just to make that material individualized to the client, I think was worth it, and to see that progress, however small, however big, is huge. And I think, it sounds cliche, but I think that's really affirming to me, and just having that constant reminder of you're doing the right thing, like you're making a difference in these kids' lives. I feel really blessed to be in this position, and to have these kids that are making great progress, and just to know that I have a hand in that is something special for sure. I remember one of the kiddos that we were serving, he had some challenging behaviors, and just from an anecdotal perspective, a lot of things going on in his life. And I was working with him one day and as an RBT, and we were going to circle time, and I remember just after we had worked through some challenging behaviors, and so he came to sit down, and he looks up at me, and I notice that he's looking over at me, and he's like, "When I grow up, I want to be a teacher just like you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't right now." Oh man, I think it's just the support that we have here. I think that everybody here is so talented in what they do, and they're so passionate too. And there's not one individual here that I can think of, that thinks of this as just some job, something to get by. Everybody here is all really dedicated. Everybody here takes feedback really well. Everybody here understands what we're doing and the significance of that. And I think the great part about this team, the great part about this job, is that we're able to meet kids where they're at, and we're able to adjust what we do to better help support them. And there's multiple ways of communicating. What is it? I don't remember the statistics. It's like 80% of communication is body language. And so I think that we tend to look at communication as just talking back and forth, but I think that there's so much more. And if someone communicates through a device or through gesture, I think that that's just as valuable. And I think that that's given me a lot of gratitude to my development and the people around me, and what I've been given and what I've been blessed with. And yeah, I think biggest lesson is just gratitude. So